Listen to my heart, can you hear it sing? Telling me to give you everything. Seasons may change, winter to spring, but I love you until the end.
I gotta get extra one of these.
Chissà che camera di bere, io qui.
Hey, fast your routine. How's that? I get by. What else you need?
Yes, where the bathroom's over here.
Hey, Amy.
How's that?
Amy, the cake looks a lot better.
The what?
And they covered up my fingerprint.
What you have to do is put your pen here. You have to do it right now if you go to Kachuma.
No, it's true.
What?
Kachuma, what does it say? Basically, you owned you, got two cows where you were a virgin.
Basically, yeah.
It's basically, I'm not kidding, mine says that.
You make sure
Let's make sure.
it's locked.
Who was the second witness?
Lou.
You are?
Excuse me.
You have any documents to verify? Your bank rather. One of my guys. Good, glad to see you. Okay. Write your name right there, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Ari Ben Abraham, Avigdor Melech, Ben Yitzchak. Those are your witnesses. If that's the best we can do, it's the best we can do. That's all. I hear it's good out on. And then, lastly, every culture has its own way of transferring ownership. For example, in our own country, if you have two people relatively honest and things are not too complex, you shake on it and say that's a deal. Down in the garment center right here, when they do a deal, they don't want things in writing. They write, remember, Mazel Bracha on a piece of paper, and the document. Ancient Jewish time dealt with it. Why? Because people always had kerchiefs around their neck. It's a warm climate. So if I wanted to sell you something, I take off mine and I ask you to hold it.
That hasn't been used.
Which one? Doesn't say that. Doesn't say the handkerchief. What do you give them new rules? Okay, so therefore you accept this as your document, and you authorize me to use it in the performance of your wedding, Amy, and you agree to abide by everything contained therein. And Amy, in the spirit of this wedding, you agree to abide by everything implicitly and explicitly contained in this document. Okay. Then we're done with this. Are you going to pay me for each special act here, or we're going to do one flat pay? Are you paying me for each separate thing? Okay. Now, I just need the heck kind of a signature is that?
I yelled at both of you. Did you see his?
You see my glasses?
Did you see his?
Man, no court will convict you on that kind of thing.
Lightly because it's soft chocolate.
His look about as good as yours.
What I want you to do is take it.
Yeah.
When you get home,
Can I fold?
do whatever you want. It's yours. I'll keep one copy here.
Mazel tov.
Okay, now I need your witnesses for the civil document. Who's doing the civil document? Want to call them over, please?
What?
My signature. Perfect.
If I sent in your signatures on a civil, they would send it back to me. We can't record these names. I would say, don't worry, they're not real anyway, right?
Makes me rent every month and a check clears.
Jay, you're not the photographer. What do you
Print?
Oh my God.
Where? Can't see.
Phil. Phil.
That's the funniest thing.
Phil.
I'm right here.
No, just move. No, we just wanted to see Sammy and Justin.
Or if you go in that frame. My feet hurt already.
Mark, leave.
No, sir.
I want you. We didn't put your dress in number, so I want you to do that.
Okay. That was Amy.
This is my signature, yeah.
Just making sure you're
We
healthy.
can measure this.
Was that really?
Now,
I didn't
dress
hear
it. Your mother of a teacher
Mark
to
will
write.
say,
What's
I
the matter
love
with
you
you
to
kids?
death.
Fix your dress in.
What?
You.
What?
I love you to death. Don't sing.
Oh, you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're singing? Good. We'll make that announcement.
Robin. You made it. Thank you. In about an hour and a half, you can.
No, I can't, because I got a boogie.
Oh,
I do the part.
there could be like Simcha #2 on the dance floor. Where's the cameraman? Yeah, where's the cameraman?
Oh my goodness.
Boy, you know, he's just like his father.
He was supreme in power, blessing, and glory. Bless this Khatan and this Kala, this bridegroom and this bride. Rabono Shel Olam, source of holiness, help us to see the sacred dimension of all life. God, Andrew, and Amy, to the realization of sanctity and devotion every day as today. May your light illumine their lives, and let us all say Amen. Amen. We're now going to do the first part of the wedding ceremony called the Elusin. In ancient times, the ceremony was divided into two parts, separated by approximately a year. After the first part, the couple would go to their respective families and begin to make all preparations for the wedding, which would then take place about a year later when they would do the second part of the ceremony. For a variety of historical reasons, they were both kind of telescoped into one ceremony. That's why we have 2 cups of wine, one for each part of the ceremony, and we begin now with Elusin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al ha'arayot v'yosar lanu et ha'arusot v'hitir lanu et ha'nesuot lanu al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh amo Yisrael al yedei chuppah v'kiddushin. Now why don't we raise her? Raise the base of the veil and leave it all the way back. We don't need any more now. And then let her take a sip. Okay? We're now going to go into the part of the ceremony that is so identified with wedding, the rings. Okay? So now I'm going to ask you, as our Khatan, as our man of the hour, to take the ring, please. And Andy, from your best man, put it on Amy's finger. And I want you to repeat after me, if you will. Hare,
Hare,
At, Mikudeshet,
Mikudeshet,
say Li.
Seli.
Good. B'tabat zo, B'dat Moshe, B'Yisrael.
Israel.
By this ring,
By this ring,
do better in English. You are consecrated to me
you are consecrated to me
as my wife
as my wife
in accordance with the law
in accordance with the law
of Moses
of Moses
and our people
and
Israel.
our people Israel.
And now, Amy, will you take the second ring, please, and put it on Andy's finger. And would you repeat after me? Ani l'dodi, the dodi li. I am my beloved's,
I am my beloved,
and my beloved is mine. And this ring
and this ring
is a symbol
is a symbol.
that you are my husband
You are my husband
and a sign
and a sign
of my love
of my love.
and devotion. And so at that point, the ceremony would be over and the people would return. And so now that they're both together, the rabbis had to find some way, some kind of segue from one to another that would be smooth and yet be in keeping with the meaning of a wedding. And so they decided this would be the place where the ketubah would be read. And if you haven't seen the ketubah, we're going to leave it up here for a little while after the ceremony. Make it a point of looking at it. It is absolutely beautiful. This document, which I'm not going to translate for you because it's in Aramaic and a lot of it is really boring lawyer language, but what it does speak of is the nature of a relationship between two people. You love each other no more or no less than you loved each other yesterday. You care for each other no more or no less than you cared for each other yesterday. What this document is now is an official document. From now on, it's not only how your feelings and what mood you're in and what is on your mind, but it says that at all times, your concern must be Amy's and Amy, your concern must be Andy's. That your love must be constant as his love must be constant. And this is the document of the ketubah, the major factor in the ketubah being responsibility. That's what a marriage is. You are now responsible one to the other. And I'm going to bring a part of it in the original Aramaic, and then I'm going to present it to our groom, who will give it to our bride. ביחד בשבת, בשני ימים לחודש אייר שנת 5,763 לבריאת העולם, למניין שאנו מונים כאן בג'רזי סיטי, ניו ג'רזי. במדינת אמריקה צפונית החתן אברהם רפאל בן ישראל ולאה, אמר לה להדה בתולתא עדינה יפה בת יעקב הרש ויינטר רייזל. ופנינה מן אברהם רפאל בן ישראל ולאה חתן דנן, למרת עדינה יפה בת יעקב הרש ויינטר רייזל בתולתא דה, ומין מרת עדינה יפה בת יעקב ויינטר רייזל בתולתא דה, למה אברהם רפאל בן ישראל ולאה חתן דנן, על כל מה דכתוב מפורש לאל, במאנה דקשר למקנה בי, והכל שריר וקיים, and the signatures are Avigdor Melech ben Yitzchak ben Ari ben Avraham. And now I give this to our groom. And it's you who must present it, Andy, it's you who must present it to Amy. And I want you to take it now. And Amy, will you take it from me? Okay? And now, I want you to take this and place it someplace in your home. Someplace where it can be seen, where it can be looked at. And as time goes on, as your life goes on, it's good to look at it from time to time just to remember how you felt at the moment when you ordered it and at the moment when it was presented to you here under the chuppah. Would you do me a favor and put it back on your table? And now we move into the second part of the ceremony, the Sheva Brachot. Did you see that look? Wow. Baruch Hu, Baruch Shema. time I'm going to ask you to drink first, and then pass it to Andy, to show that in a true marital relationship, there really is no first or a second. Now that we've completed most of the ceremony, it's now my pleasure to say a few words to you that Amy, I've wanted to say to you since you were such a rotten student in Hebrew school. And I knew that the time would come when I would be able to get you. So let me tell you what a wonderful moment this is for all of us over here. Because there are so many of us in this audience, in this congregation, if you will, including most certainly me and then later the cantor, who watched this couple, who watched Amy grow and meet this very nice young man. Where do they meet but in USY, which is the best place in the world for these young kids to meet. And after having gone through all that goes into a young kid getting older in our congregation, they came to me with the best of all. They had found each other, they loved each other, and they wanted to get married. And for me, that was the highlight of it all, because what does a rabbi look for in his relationships with his people but the opportunity to be with them at these most important moments in their life? And this is certainly that kind of a moment. So let me just take about 5 minutes to talk to you something about marriage that to me is vital, and I share it with you and use it as you will. If we look over the laws of the wedding ceremony, there are very few things that are bound by Jewish law. The cup can be bigger or the cup can be smaller. The chuppah can be higher, can be lower, can be wider, can be narrow, as long as you stand under it. What you wear, how you dress, there are no laws about that, except for one thing, and that's the ring. The ring, as we talked about, what ring you're going to use under the chuppah, has to be round. It's almost as if there's something about the circle that was very important to our people. You know how many of our dances are circle dances. You put three Jews together, they grab hands and they run around in a circle, and they call that a dance. And this is what we've done, and this is what we do, which is if a circle is something, because it means people holding hands, people hanging on to one another, people taking strength and enjoyment from one another. So I'm going to take a few minutes about circles with you. I think of life as being actually two circles. There is one circle on the inside and one circle on the outside. The inside circle is where the two of you live. That very special part of your life that is intimate to the two of you. Where you share with each other what you need share with no other person in the world. Where you can show your love for each other in any way that you wish to show it, or when you're angry, show your anger to each other in any way that you wish to do it, and nobody else intrudes on that circle. It means that when you're happy, you can join together and sing and dance or spring around the room in a way that each of you understands, and it's only the two of you. And God forbid you should have a sad moment, and there are sad moments in life. And I wish I could tell you from now on everything's going to be wonderful and you ride off into the sunset. Life isn't like that. But look how beautiful it is when you have someone to share those intimate moments with you in this sadness. The strength you get from holding hands, from knowing that this person cares for you in a way that he or she cares for no other person in this world. And so for the sad moments and the happy moments, I'm sure there'll be those. There are the two of you in that circle, untouched by others, sharing in the most personal, intimate, and beautiful way. And then there's the outer circle, which is all the people that touch your lives and help you be what you are and where you are today. Your parents, and I'm sure grandparents, and I'm sure that there are friends, and I must add the Jewish community, because you owe a great deal to the Jewish community. All of this is part of your life as well. And the circles touch each other, and yet they're separate. But you must interact, not only with each other, but with that circle on the outside, which is really your life, and everything that brought you to where you are today. And it's my hope and prayer that you live within these circles, that the circle on the inside becomes deeper as days go on, and the circle on the outside becomes more intimately and lovingly involved with you. And that ultimately, I say as your rabbi, it's my hope and prayer that the home you build be a place of joy and a place of comfort, that it be recognizably a Jewish home. From the mezuzah on the door, to the books on the shelf, to the candlesticks on the table, to the challah on Friday night. That it be a Jewish home. And that you know each other and love each other within that context. And very finally, I say to you as your rabbi, and someone who cares for the both of you, and someone who is deeply honored to be here sharing this moment with the both of you, that it is my pleasure to be the first to say to you, as husband and wife, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. And now I'm going to say the magic words that everybody has traveled thousands of miles to hear by the authority vested in me as a rabbi, and because of the concern and the love that I have for both of you. It is my pleasure to pronounce you husband and wife. And now the cantor and I will do the Varechacha, which is a blessing that we offer to all young couples who are about to get married. May Adonai bless you and protect you. May Adonai show you favor and be gracious to you. then I show you kindness and give you a life of peace and warmth and comfort and an abundance of love that you share with each other and with all who love you. And may you always be a source of nachas and joy to all who love you and who care for you. Amen, amen, mazel tov, mazel tov. And now, we have a tradition in our people. We are the only people in the world who look backward and forward at the same time. At this moment, we look forward to the lives they will live together and the joy that they will have. We look back on the sad moments that our people experience and are experiencing now in many corners of the world. We break the glass to show, even in this moment of joy, we don't forget who we are.
Break easily.
As you can tell, I don't need
of our bride and the proud parents of our groom. At this time, let's have a nice cordial welcome as we introduce the bride's parents, Janice and Jay Wilson. Introducing the groom's parents, Lynn and Stephen Frost. And now let's have a nice round of applause as we introduce our bridesmaids and our urchins. Let's break it down for our first lovely couple, Devlin McClure and Mark Della Russo. And I will introduce Tal Siegel and Sasha Wilson and Justin. All right, at this time, ladies and gentlemen, two of those beautiful girls in this room tonight, and I think you'll agree with me. Let's hear our flower girls, Samantha and Elise. Let's hear it. And now introducing our maid of honor, Lori Frost and Mario Rivera, escorted by Mario. Our best man. And now our matron of honor, escorted by Phil. Let's hear it for Kelly. Kelly, let's hear it, come on. And Philip. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, viewing for the first time as Mr. and Mrs. Public, let's give them a standing ovation. Let's really raise this roof. You know them as Amy and Andrew. Tonight, they are formally known as the new Mr. and Mrs. Andrew Frost. Let's hear from them. Let's hear from them. We invite the parents to join in. Parents of the bride and the parents of the groom. Please join in with your children. Oh, let's hear for the parents. And now we invite all the bridesmaids and ushers. The bridal party, come on. And now we call to invite everyone to dance. The first dance with our bride and groom. Everyone's causing invited. Once again, we invite you to dance, ladies and gentlemen. I can feel like this, like I've never seen the sky. I want to ride inside your ears. Every day I'm listening to my heart and hear it sing, telling me you everything. Mazel tov, simmen tov, and mazel tov, and simmen tov, and mazel tov, and simmen tov, Yelanu. Simmen tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, and mazel tov, and simmen tov, and mazel tov, and simmen tov, Yelanu. God Israel, Yelanu, Yelanu, oh God Israel, Yelanu, Yelanu, oh God Israel, Yelanu, Yelanu, oh God Israel. Mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, mazel tov. Oh, say shalom oh, say shalom aleichem. God is Israel. Oh, say shalom oh, say shalom aleichem. God is Israel. Yasik shalom, shalom hallelujah, God 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 Israel.
case you forgot the first word of Bubble. Homem, Dios Santo Madre. So nice hand for Harry. And at this time, let you take that champagne glass that's at your table, ladies and gentlemen. Raise it way up high.
You hear me? Testing. Okay. I wasn't ready for this at all. I thought I'd get at least a drink before I did this. Jotted down some notes beforehand because last night I babbled on for 45 minutes. I want to first talk about a great relationship right here that we have in front of us. It's lasted 2 centuries, 3 decades. Wow, that's a long time. Especially for people who are in their early 30s. The 20th century, now it's the 21st century. Come on, you're an accounting major at college. I want to talk about these 2 ships have passed through the night, not once, not twice, but 3 times. I have the distinct pleasure of being friends with both Amy and Andy separately before the 2 of them have gotten together. And since the other person who could take credit for this is not here, I'm taking full credit for this. Okay, I'm going to go back a little quick history. I met Andy in 8th grade, Mr. Courteau's science lecture lab. For anyone who doesn't know, Mr. Courteau, he wore plaid pants all the time. It was quite funny. Me and Andy had a great time sitting in the back drawing pictures. I met Amy probably my sophomore year, her freshman year at encampment at USY, and she was as pretty and as smart and as glowing as she is today. She is wonderful. In fact, she hasn't changed, which scares us because all of us are fat and bald. Yeah, and she looks basically the same. Okay, I'm going down my notes. Okay, I'll make this quick. You know, 2 friends that belong together. In high school, you guys passed. At University of Delaware, you guys passed. And after 2 long-term relationships, I finally get a call from Andy saying, "I'm talking to Amy Wilson." I said, "About time! You 2 should be together." And you know what? 2-3 years later, you are. And I just think it's wonderful. I mean, I hopefully am speaking for everyone else here who agrees with me. Those who don't. It's about time to see the 2 of you as happy as you guys look today, and how happy you make each other. It makes all of us very, very happy. And I'm going to raise my glass to a toast to the 2 of you. May this continue forever. I love you guys. Now those are your glasses, you can drink. I've never seen the 2 of them slow to pick up a drink. I love you. L'chaim.
To life, L'chaim. And may every day be the days of wine and roses for our beloved Lord. The days of wine and roses, laugh and look away, like a child every day. Through my meadowland, sort of closing door.
Hey, for the Wilson family, generation number 2, including our new one, little Justin, we want to wish you both the best. We know that it's going to be a fantastic wedding, and we know that it's going to be a fantastic marriage for the both of you. We love you guys, and we look forward to being with you guys for a very, very long time.
We love you very much. We're so happy for you, and we wish you all the best forever. Love you guys.
Thanks.
Hi, Amy and Andy. I wish you all the best. I wish you happiness and a long life. Okay, a long life of communication and mutual respect, and just enjoy it. I love you.
First of all, I'd like to thank Andy and Amy for allowing me to be part of their voice, for being a part of their wedding ceremony. Second of all, I just want to say, Phil, I'm something. Maybe bald, but I ain't fat. I've known Andy now for 20 years. Over that course of time, he's become somebody that I look up to and appreciate very much as a very genuine person and a very, very special friend. And
And to me, that is somebody that I would only wish the best for, and I think that is exactly what we found in Amy. The two of them, I've never seen Amy so happy in my life as I have with Amy. And I can just tell their love for each other is very, very genuine. I've only known Amy for 3 years, but I couldn't even say enough. I tried to write so much stuff about it. It's just, I can't put into words what I feel about them. I wanted to say congratulations, and I hope a very long life together, very happy life together. And in the future, when things get rough, just remember this day, and remember just truly how much you mean to each other, and how much you love each other, and how much the rest of us love you both.
Imar, thank you, Imar. Sorry. Hey, 3 years ago, ladies and gentlemen,
they did write something down for this one. So she is. So after all these years, I finally figured out a way to get rid of my sister. You know, about a few months before they actually got together, before they knew we were getting together, Kelly and I had gotten married, and we were driving around in the car, and I know my sister well enough to know that she was looking to find somebody she could fall in love with and raise a family with. And all of a sudden this name came up, and the name was Andy. And I told Amy all about this guy named Andy that, first of all, was one of my friends also, and a little bit of a bad influence on me as well. And I always loved him and thought that he would be a great person for my sister. About 2 weeks later, we get this phone call from Amy, and we're talking, and we find out that they're emailing each other back and forth, and that they've been talking to each other. And I was so excited because I knew what was about to happen. There's a reason I wrote this down is because I knew I was going to forget some of it. Andy. Well, what seemed like a day after this drive, they were living together, and what seems like about 6 weeks later, we're all standing here today. Today, as a family, I know that my parents and myself, we are definitely losing a Wilson. But we are also gaining not only an Andy, but an entire family over here that we feel are very close, and we're very happy to have join us. You'll notice at this time also that I haven't welcomed Andy into the family, and there's a reason, and it's not just because I'm an asshole. Andy has always been welcome in our family. There's no reason to welcome him. He's always been a good friend. He is now also a good brother-in-law. He's been a great brother-in-law to both me and Kelly. He's definitely already an uncle to Justin, so we didn't feel any real reason to welcome him. But we did want to say congratulations, and Kelly and I wish you the best, and we really can't wait to see you guys head off on this path together. To get together, you guys took a long and winding path. You know both of us very well, and the fact of the matter is, if there's one piece of advice that we have for you, it's to walk the path now a little bit slower, hand in hand, and take the time to look around and enjoy it once in a while. Congratulations. We look forward to being with you guys for a very long time.
And at this time, the father of the bride needs no introduction. Jay?
Yourselves. Thank you, James. You know you're in trouble when you cry while you're writing the speech. I did. And I still am. Thank you all for coming from far and wide, from Switzerland, Vancouver, Toronto, Melbourne, Florida, not Australia, Memphis, I guess that's why I said you all, Kalamazoo, Louisville, and then places that are nearer. Amy asked if I could manage this affair. I told her, Amy, I have one daughter. Son qualifies, I have another daughter, but she came the hard way here. She had to marry Sasha. I said, answer yes. She said yes. And we'll do this once. Answer yes. She said yes. And with what I know about Amy and Andy, I don't think she'll defrost. Speaking of defrost, I am delighted to welcome the Frosts into our extended family.
I'm fortunate to have two sets of outlaws. That's parents of in-laws who are a pleasure with whom to be. I would have said to be with, but my wife would correct me, so. Amy, I remember your first days in school. I told you I'd cry. Day one, she was teased for being short. She came home. Her mother says to her, tell people that good things come in small packages. Day two, Mom, they told me I had a big mouth. Then she goes to college. Her room at home before then was always neat. Not. We go down to visit her. We go to sit on her bed, which is one of the few things in the room, and she says, Mom, that's my duvet. Don't mess my duvet. I knew I'd lost her when she let Andy help her with her math at the University of Delaware. She never liked it when I tried to get her to understand the reasons why she got answers in math so that she could solve any problem. But when Andy told her that understanding was important, she didn't say the same thing to him. If so, he didn't listen. The last straw was about 10-year delay factor. But before that, Sasha goes to the University of Delaware, stays with the boys, who I'm sure were a bad influence on him at the time. And Andy says, someday I'll marry your sister. And he did. Amy has always talked about her genes. And penultimately, Jan, I like that word, without you, neither this wedding, Amy, or her mannerisms would have been possible. Amy says she got the worst of our genes from both of us. The eyesight, the teeth, you name it. But if that's the worst, I'd say that we've done pretty well. Finally, Amy and Andrew, aka Andy, I wish you a long, happy, healthy life together. Thank you. Enjoy yourself.
Happy future. Lots of love.
Amy and Andy, I'm so glad that this happened, and I'll love every minute of it before and from now on. Thank you. Bye. Love you.
Andrew, Amy, just want to let you know that we love you both. We couldn't wish you a better life together. Hope everything works out well. Have a great time in Hawaii. We'll see you when you get back. Love you both.
Andrew and Amy, we love you both. We're so excited. We know you're going to have a wonderful time in Hawaii, and we will see you as soon as you get back. Mazel tov, and we love you.
Congratulations, Amy and Andrew. I love you both, and I wish you the best always.
Andy, Amy, I love you guys. Congratulations, and thank you for letting me be in your wedding. Best of luck.
Andy, I'm extremely happy that this day finally came for you. I think you found the person for you. I think Amy found the person for her. I think you two are the perfect couple. I couldn't even begin to explain how I really feel for you guys right now. I think it's wonderful, and I'm very, very proud to be a part of your wedding ceremony. I thank you very much for that. Continue good luck and lots of luck with your future together.
Andrew and Amy. I'm standing out here with this beautiful view, celebrating your wedding. I didn't make this big speech inside. It's not really my style, but I just want to say congratulations. I love you both. I hope you have a wonderfully happy, long life together.
In other words, please be true. In other words, down in Kitchener, fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. Yes, in other words, yes, I love you. Now the bride's gonna feel the groove. Hallelujah. The bride feels the groove. Now the roof is the Does everyone want some cake? Let's all sing. Now we all want some cake. Hallelujah. We all want some cake. The memory of all that. No, they can't take that away from me. The way you smile at me, the way you sing all through the night, the way you haunt my dreams. No, they can't take that away from me. We may never be a pair on the road to love. Still always keep the memory of your night, the way we danced till 3, the way you changed my life. No, they can't take that away from me. No, they can't take that away from me.
Thank you, Devin. All right. Very good. And right now, that was beautiful, right? That was really something very special. And now we're going to ask our groom, Andrew, to dance with his mom to Because You Love Me.
Okay, you don't need to dance. You're the one
us over here. Come on over here. Michael, she can catch it, you can. All right, guys, you ready? Drum roll, please. We're going to do this on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let it go. All right. There you go. I can't see. All right. Uh-oh. We got some trouble brewing now, huh? Where's our bride at? Let's bring Amy out to the dance floor. And Andy, where's our groom? All right. Gentlemen, can I have some sexy music, please? And we're going to remove that garter. Very nice. Let's get all our single gentlemen out on the dance floor.
Dude, I would fight, man. I would fight. I swear to God.
All right. Nice. Ready? We're going to do this on 3. Drum roll, please. 1, 2, 3. Let it rip. And they're fighting for it. Nice. There you go. There you go. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's get our chair to the dance floor. All right. Big round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. Nicely done, indeed.
Let's get our bridegroom right in the center for the Mazel Tov. All right. Hey, listen, color Mazel Tov. I'm on the swing. Hey, listen, color Mazel Tov. Hey, listen, color Mazel Tov. Hey, listen, color Mazel Tov. I'm on the swing. I'm Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. And good too. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov. And good. Vision doesn't have a muzzle tongue. Hey, a muzzle tongue. A vision doesn't have a muzzle tongue. Hey, a muzzle tongue. A vision doesn't have a muzzle tongue. Hey, a muzzle tongue. A vision doesn't have a muzzle tongue. Hey, a muzzle tongue. Son, I lay new, son, I lay new, son, I lay new. What's up, a lady? What's up, a lady? What's up, a lady? My name is Lou, the guns that I And right now, we'd like to get 2 chairs right up the center there, on the floor, for the Bazinga Tots. So let's get 2 chairs, because the parents of the bride are marrying their last child in the family. So we get the Wilsons, please come on up to the Bazinga Tots.
Hi. We just want to thank all of our parents, our bridal party, and everyone else who was involved in making this night so special for us. We'll see you when we get back from our honeymoon.